Hello, 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 everybody. Hi, my name is Eve, and this is Eve's Artistry Paint Party. How are you tonight? It's Friday night. What? We're doing flower blooms tonight. You guys excited? I'm excited. So, the brushes you're using this evening, it's only two brushes. You guys got that. We have a 1-inch flat, and we have a small shader. So those are the two brushes tonight. The colors this evening are a black, a blue, yellow, and white. Same paint every single time we paint. Same supplies every single time we paint. Okay, so the replay will be available on Facebook for 30 days, and then head on over to the YouTubes because all of the tutorials are over there. There's like 600 of them. So you guys got this. You can do this. I have the utmost faith in you that you'll be able to paint and enjoy and have fun. And if you have any questions, you can easily DM me. So it's Eve's Artistry over on here in Facebook, and it's Eve's Artistry over there, and it's Eve's Artistry everywhere. So it's easy enough to find. All of my videos are free to watch. Tips are appreciated. I have Venmo and PayPal. Those as well is the same name. So make sure that you're clicking the right buttons. The links are on my profile. You guys can find everything you need. And if you can't, again, just message me and I'll take care of it. Hello, 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 Tina B, my OG. Joan is here. Susan, how are you doing, love? So, we're going to do this. Let's do it. I cannot show you both at once what I'm working on in the finished product. So if you need your reference, you could take your screenshot now. Let me start. Roll call. Roll call in the house. We got Tina B. And we got Joan. And we have Susan. Woot woot. Hello, 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 everybody. How are you doing? I'm working on a 16 by 20 canvas. It is 16 this way, 20 straight up and down. If you're working on something different, that is perfectly fine. If you're new to us, say hello. We'll give you a warm Eve's Artistry welcome. And if you just want to creep in the background, you could creep in the background. It's all good. We don't judge here. Absolutely not. All right, so let's get started. Woot woot. Hey, Marcia, happy Friday, my darling dear. How are you? All right. Oh, it's the almighty blank canvas, but we're going to cover it with our almighty paint and our almighty brushes. Those of you who don't know, that almighty saying comes from Bill Alexander. He is a long ago artist that did tutorials. He actually showed the Bob how to paint. So let's get Marcia down on roll call. And let's get our background on here. If you notice, you can see a faint outline of a painting that was on here. This is covered with gesso, Gesso. Yes, flowers are a lot of fun. So basically I just did a layer this way. Well, Mom did, because she does the gesso project. Layer this way, layer that way, and this is all ready to be able to paint on top of it. So we're going to start off with the big boy brush, the 1-inch flat. And easy peasy lemon squeezy, we are just going to grab a whole lot of white, little black, and some blue, and we are going to smush that all around. Now we want our background to be light because we are putting blue flowers on top of this, so this is too dark. So I'm just going to scoop a whole bunch of white and spread it around, and I am just smushing around, doing crisscrosses, circly motions, whatever you want to do. We're just getting the textures on here. Okay, you want to make sure that you have a thin coat, coverage but not goopy gobby, right? Coverage but not goopy gobby. So if you have goopy gobbies, just take your brush, swipe them off, put them somewhere else. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. Okay, and we're just going to scribble in this background, right? If you hear a scruffing noise, please stop doing that and grab more paint. The only thing you're accomplishing is destroying your flat brush. And we don't want to do that now, do we? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay, I'm just grabbing some more paint. Okay, we're going to go over here, grabbing some more whites. Whites. We're grabbing more whites. And we're just scribbling around. That is all I'm doing. I'm just scribbling around. Like I said, we want this light enough. So we're putting our blue flowers on top of it. You can make your flowers, your background, any color you want. Any color you want. Use the same colors. Instead of blue, you just switch it out for reds or pinks or purples or whatever colors you want to do. Scooping more paint. Coming over here in this section. Same thing. Same thing. Scribbling it around. Scribbling it around. That's all we're doing. And I'm out of white paint already. Gotta grab some more. Gotta grab some more. Yes, I am. So how's everybody this Friday? Did you have a wonderful couple of weeks? How was your couple of weeks? It's summer. It's June. It's June, everybody. June. Can you believe that? I can't believe it. That I don't even know where March went. No idea. No idea where March even went. Okay. Right? Stick and move. Stick and move. Don't go over one spot too many times, because then you're just going to blend it all together. Hello, Dawn. And you're not going to get the separation of colors. Just like that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, guys. You guys can totally do this. It's a fun background. It's an easy background. And it gives you great texture. You're going to be a grandma. That's awesome, Marcia. It's okay, Kenna. No worries. Hi, Zach. How are you doing, sweetheart? Let me do the roll call. Let's see. Dawn came in. And Kenna and Zach. What's going on, everybody? How is everybody this evening? No worries, Kenna. And the replay is always available. So if you miss something, you could always rewatch it. No worries, honey. All I did was take blue, white, a little bit of black, scribbled it around. That was it. That was it. That is all I did. So I'm going to swirl tap dab my brush. Get all the goopy gobbies out. We're going to give this, it's so easy and it's so pretty, right, Marcia? Absolutely, Kenna. So all you need to do is I took blue paint, I took white paint, and I took a little bit of black paint. Okay, slapped it on the canvas, and all I did, I hear you, Tina B, is scribble it around. Just like this. That's all I did. So crisscrosses, swirly-doos, just smushed it on in there. Make sure you have enough paint on your brush. You want coverage, but you don't want it to be goopy-gobby either. And that's all. That is all that we did. Filled it all in. Hello, Mark. How are you doing, sweetheart? What's going on? What is going on? Whoop! Fumbled my pen. Trying to do roll call, and I fumbled my pen. Everybody hanging out with us this evening. Woot, woot. Hello, hello. Okay, so we've got our big brush again. I'm just going to swirl, tap, dab, and get all the goopy gobby out of it. Clean it all out. Alright, I want to give like 2 seconds for my background to settle in a little bit. Give Kenna a chance to catch up. Ketchup mustard time. Ketchup mustard time. And now we're just going to plan where our 3 flowers are going. That's all we're going to do. So, we have 1 flower up here. Take some white, and I'm just going to put in a little spot so I know that the 1 flower is there. And we have another flower that is midway on this edge. Boop. So, I'm going to put another spot there. And woohoo! And our other flower is towards the bottom over here. So I'm just going to put a spot there. Then the next thing I'm going to do is with this spot, I'm just going to basically just put in the shape of my flower, right? That's all I'm doing. So very little paint, not doing much at all. Winner, winner! And this flower is circular. Okay, it's circular. So we're just going to put in, it's rounded here, a little flatter on the bottom. A little flatter on the bottom. Okay, and the next flower is like a U shape. So I'm just going to flick some white paint to get my basic shape of the flower. It's more of a U-shaped flower. And we're going to put that in there. So, and the last flower is more of like an oval. It's more of an oval shape. So we're going to just put in the flicks upwards like this, coming out from that mark that I made. And underneath it, we're going to do some more flicks upwards. Right? Everything's flicky-doos. It's going to be shaped more like an oval, right? So we have a circle. We have a U shape. And we have an oval. Just like that. Hi, Leslie. How are you doing, sweetheart? Leslie's in the house. Okay, now that we have our basic shapes down, now it's time to add the color. So all I'm going to do is grab some white, and I'm going to grab some blue, and I'm going to press it into the corner of my brush. So we're going to smush this brush to where it's going to have an angle, right? So we're going to use the corner of the brush. And all I'm going to do is place and pull. Place and pull. Right? Curving where the curves are. Going towards that center. And I'm just going to place and pull. That is it. That's all we're doing. And I'm using the edge of the brush. This part right there. That part. The edge. Okay. Come down here. And this goes into the middle. Doing some curves. Right. Using those shapes that I put on as a guide. Just like that. And grabbing some more blue. Like I said, you can make your flowers any color you want. We're going to go over to this flower now. And I'm going to pull out from the center. Or you could pull in from the side. It doesn't really matter. Whatever you're more comfortable doing. You can pull out from the center. I'm going to curve. Follow those curves of my shape that I just made. All using that. Your brush should be smushed on the side. If it's not smushed on the side, you're not doing it correctly. You're not doing it correctly. Okay, so we're going to do this top part here. And then we're going to come to this bottom part here and just do a couple of swipes going in either direction. Just like that. And now we have our oval flower. So this one, we're going to grab more blue paint, more blue than white. We're going to pull upwards or downwards, whatever you feel more comfortable doing, following those curves. Okay, more blue than white, more blue than white. Put those in. Now we're going to grab more. Thank you, Leslie, for the stars. Yes, guys, stars is enabled too. And anyone that sends support of $5 or more, DM me and I can send out your free nifty brushes. Okay, so PayPal, Venmo, and stars, all included. So now I'm going to grab more white just so I can see the difference. I'm going to come under here. I'm going to pull those upwards. Just like that. Just like that. Alright, time to clean off the brush again. Swirl, tap, dab. So, next thing I'm going to do is we're just going to take a very small amount. How much? A very, 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 very small amount of black. Small, small, small amount of black. And we're going to just tap it into our centers. If you noticed, I'm holding the brush here. I've got control over it. My brush is in really older brush condition, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight or streamlined right now because we're just going to do a couple little dabs with it. So right here, okay, the centers are like an oval shape. Aw, thank you, Susan. So we're just going to tap in very lightly where our centers are going to be. Very lightly. There's one. Right, Jennifer? Right? So cool. So cool. Okay. And then the next one, it's going to go in this little space right in there. Hello, Sharon. How you doing? Did I get your note yet? Did you mean DM me or is it in the mail, hon? Hi, Sharon. How are you doing, sweetheart? What's going on? Oh, we have a party up in here tonight. Woot woot. If you're new, say hello. We'll give you a warm Eve's Artistry welcome. Okay, just grabbing a little bit more black paint. And this is a tiny little spot right in here. Right above these swoopies. Rounded on the top part here. Tucked in very, very nicely. Okay, Joan, I'll have to check the mail, darling. I didn't know. Aw, thanks, McD. You're awesome. All right, Joan, I will go check. Thank you very much. I'll make sure I put it on my agenda. Check the mail. My mailbox is down the road. It's the address isn't attached to my house. So I have to go get the mail. All right. So we're going to come over here, and this is a little area in the middle too. Not too much. A little longer. Okay, so we're just going to tap lightly there, and then where these are coming up, we're going to put another little taps there, And it's kind of an eyeball shape. Kind of an eyeball shape. Just like that. Swirl, tap, dab my brush. And we're going to put our stems in. Woot, woot. So, when I swirl, tap, dab my brush, when I dab it onto the paper towel, I'm going to do some wiggly doos. Right? I'm just going to wiggle my brush back and forth. So it makes a nice straight edge and puts the bristles together. Woot woot! Now I'm going to grab some yellow. Hi, Sean. How are you doing, sweetheart? What's going on? Woohoo! We got a party up in here tonight. Hello, hello. So I'm going to grab some yellow. And I'm going to grab a little bit of blue. Going to grab a little bit of white. Get myself a green color that I like. Hello, 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 Carolyn. How are you doing, sweetheart? A little bit more yellow. I want it to be a little lighter. Notice how I'm maneuvering my brush so it stays flat. Okay? And makes a point with the bristles. And we're going to come in here and we're going to swoop. So, I'm going to put my brush up to the canvas. I'm going to hold the brush back here to get more movement. Movement. And we're going to swoop. Ready? Swoop. Just like that. You're chilling? Awesome. Awesome. Okay, and if your brush runs into another flower, just skip over it. I'm going to grab some more green paint. I'm going to go to the next flower. Okay, and we're going to swoop. This one's facing a different direction than the original, so I'm going to put my stem in a different direction here. Swoop, just like that. Ah, got you, Carol. And then the bottom one just goes right off the canvas. There we go. Grab some more paint. And we're going to put in our leaves. Swoop. Swoop. And this one over here has some leaves. Swoop. Swoop. Make sure everything's connecting. Right. And the last one doesn't have any leaves. No leaves for this guy. You can add him if you want to, but you don't have to. Now I'm going to grab my yellow paint on my dirty brush. Oh, you're welcome, Sharon. No worries. Yep, it's a little tricky, but it's not unattainable. It is a little tricky and it takes some practice, but you could totally do this. You can totally do this. A lot of it has to deal with the direction and how you place your centers in. That's what it does. So I'm going to grab some yellow paint on my brush and I am just going to lightly sweep in some yellows on top of my leaves. Okay, grabbing some more yellow on my brush. And we're just going to dab in some of these yellow colors on the leaves. And we're going to make that guy be on top of the other guy. Just like that. Hello, Patricia. How are you doing, sweetheart? Patricia's in the house. Oh boy, we got a roll call going on tonight. I like it. I like it a lot. Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing? Okay, yellow paint on my brush. We're just going to put some yellow on top of there. All right, big boy goes in the water, and we're going to grab Mini-Me. We're going to grab the Mini-Me. That's this guy. He's a small shader. How's everybody doing out there? You guys doing well? Let's see. Let's give some ketchup mustard time for those of you that are painting along. Let's do a little roll call. Roll call. We got Patricia, Sharon, Tina B, Joan, Susan, Marcia, Dawn, Kenna, Zach, Mark, Leslie, Jennifer, Sean, and Carolyn. Don't we have a party going on tonight? That's awesome. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do, my centers are nice and dry. I'm doing very well, Patricia. I'm doing very well. And I am just going to grab some yellow paint. We're just going to grab some yellow paint. And I'm just going to smush in the center of the black circle here. I'm just going to smush. If it's not showing up as much as you'd like it to, you can grab the tiniest amount of white paint with your yellow. Tiny, tiny amount. Tiny. And that'll make it show up a little bit more. So this is just right in the middle. Like that. And the other one, and you can dab it out with your finger too if you want it softer. It's totally up to you. So we're messing our fingers up tonight. And you know I'm going to wipe it right here. That's where it's going. All right, on to the next one. This one is on the top part. And I'm going to smush with my finger, soften it all out, and wipe it on my shirt. Oh, that's awesome! Hello, Robert. How are you doing, sweetheart? Oh, that's awesome, Carolyn. So glad to hear it. So cool. And the last flower is on the top. Like I said, tiny little bit of white and your yellow. Tiny, tiny, tiny bit of white. And the yellow. Just like that. And you could soften it with your finger if you want. Hi, Becky. Oh, that's okay. Thank you for stopping in. How you been, hon? How you been? And we're going to smush with our fingers. And wipe them off. Becky's in the house. Woot woot. Robert's in the house. Woot woot. I want steak. I want steak too. Tina, send me a steak. Send me a steak, Tina. Send me a steak. Okay. And the rest of this painting is going to be Mini-Me. It's going to be the small shader. And we're just going to define our petals. That's all we're going to do. So this painting is a lot of fun. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy. You guys are going to have a great time with it. Like I said, if you have any questions or any concerns, you can easily DM me through Facebook. Best way to get in touch with me, if you send support of $5 or more, DM me through Facebook. Awesome, Tina B. So you get your nifty brushes. Kenna, I think it was you that has a pair being sent out to you. I believe so. I'm pretty sure about that. Okay, so now we're just going to use our white and blue. That's it. And we're going to swipe in our separate petals. So I'm going to grab some blue. put some darker areas in. And you don't necessarily have to follow to a T where you put the swipes before. Okay? You don't have to just follow the curve. I believe so. I think it was you. Just follow the curve of the petals that you made. Follow that curve. But you don't have to follow the exact shape that you made with the bigger brush. And now I'm going to grab some white. And we're just going to put some white areas in. Here, there, not everywhere. Here, there, not everywhere. Okay, and it's just going to mix with the blue and make lighter petals. That's all. And I'm just following that curve and flicky doing. That's all I'm doing. Following the curve and flicky doos. Very, 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 very simple. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the blue paint. Come on over to this flower. Put in, follow that curve, right? These are flickies up. In the back here, follow that curve. We're flicking upwards. Okay, just blue paint, just blue paint. Thank you, Becky. That's all we're doing, right? This is going to be darker back here, so we're going to put more darker blue. Follow that curve, follow that curve. Now we're going to come to the front part, but we're going to put the darker blue towards the bottom here. Again, just flicking. Just flicking. That's all we're doing. Now I'm going to grab the white. Here, there, not everywhere. Put in some lighter petals. Right? Do this while your blue is wet. So it just makes lighter colored petals. Grab some more white. Thank you, Sean. And we're going to come to this bottom area and towards the top. Towards the top, you want to make it lighter. Okay, just like that. And the last one, let's do the last one. So, again, darker in the background. Follow those curves. Up to you how wispy you want to make it or how defined you want to make it. I like to flicky do and just have fun with it all. So, but if you want to make it a little more defined, you just do slower strokes. That's all. And then again, see how these swished off to the side? These are going to go straight like the back ones. So you're going to do the darker under here. But instead of swishing side to side, you're going to just follow that curve and basically put them straight up. Okay, and I'm going to grab my white paint now. Let's put in our lighter petals. So back here, here, there, not everywhere. Okay. And on the front part, you're going to put it towards the top. Just like that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, guys. Guys, we got one step left. That's how simple this is. We got one step left. That's all. So, you got this. You can totally do this. Absolutely. 6,000%. So, the last thing we're going to do is we're just going to highlight with white little brighter areas. That's all we're going to do. Now, on this one, I went more wispy. I added more brush strokes. On the original, not so much. Okay, I did more of a longer stroke. So, it is completely your preference which flower you like better. That's all. It's just personal preference. You want to have fun and go to town and do wispy, wispy, wispies? Go for it. Go for it. Thank you, Sharon. So, last thing we're going to do. Boop, 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 boop. Let's do some roll call, because I know some of you are painting along with me, and I moved really fast. So, let's get some ketchup mustard time. We got Patricia, Sharon, Tina B, Joan, Susan, Marcia, Dawn, Kenna, Zach, Mark, Leslie, Jennifer, Sean, Carolyn, Becky, and Robert in the house. We got a full house tonight, guys. Woot, woot. Okay, last thing we're going to do is just put the white highlights on. So I'm just going to grab some white paint. This is basically dry, very, very, very lightly, and not everywhere. Just certain areas, okay? Gonna give you the no-no finger, not everywhere, not the whole entire flower. Just in certain spots, okay? So I'm gonna put a couple of swipes here. Now this, to show you how, to show you how I did the petals less flicky, you just place your brush and you do a swipe. Okay? So that's less flicky. And I'm holding it like a pencil. And we're very, very technical. Less flicky. What's up, Nikki? How you doing, sweetheart? So, white paint, light touch, less flicky. I'm going to put a couple back there, and then I'm going to put a couple over here. Very little paint here, there, not everywhere, right? And then the next one, very little paint, holding it like a pencil. I'm going to put a couple back here, follow that curve. Okay, and there's a couple over on this edge. And a few in the front here, which this is very bright already, but we will get a couple in there. So just a few pieces there. And the next one. Right? There's a couple back here. Follow that curve. And then there's a couple spots in the front over here. And over here. And there you guys go. There it is. 3 beautiful flowers facing all different directions. Okay, so we have the one that's facing us right here. We have the one that is on its side with the swoopy in the front. And then we have the one that is, he's on his side, but he's more straight up. Okay, that's why the petals on this part are going more straight up. See, those are swooping sideways. These are straight up. So, there you guys go. You got this. Like I said, replays. right, Nikki, you're so welcome, Carolyn. Replays are going to be on Facebook for 30 days. Then head over to YouTube, Eve's Artistry, Venmo, PayPal, Stars, all Eve's Artistry, right? Art supplies are not free. They're not. They should be, but they're not. And in 2 weeks, we're going to do something more awesome. If there's something you'd like to see for the summer months coming up, you're so welcome, Marcia. Let me know if there's certain paintings or certain things you would like to see. Maybe I'll make a post. You guys want me to make a post? I'll make a post at asking you what you guys would like to see for June, July, and August. How's that sound? I think that's a really good idea. And I want you to have fun. I want you to go create. Y'all warm my heart. And I'm going to see you next time. All right. I love y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you so much for the support. And I'm going to see you real soon. Okay? Bye, everybody. Love you bunches. Bye.